Chosen ones, listen closely because this message is urgent and time sensitive. From September 19th to 20th, a potent and vulnerable spiritual window opens just before the new Moon Solar Eclipse on September 21st. This is not ordinary astrology talk. This is a destiny activation and a test that is already in motion. Your body will show you undeniable signals if you are paying attention, and those signs will be immediate and clear. Stay with me through this video because ignoring these warnings now can cost you clarity and momentum. Act decisively to protect your aura and your path. This is a wake-up call for everyone who identifies as one of the chosen ones, and urgency is the tone of this moment. The energy is shifting quickly and this window is short. You must prepare right away. Any unnecessary touch or physical closeness during these days can drain your spiritual reserves and block your clarity. I will tell you the 7 bodily warnings you need to recognize, and I will show you concrete steps to shield yourself. Don't treat this as passive information, use it as tactical guidance. Now is the moment to move with intention. If you value your spiritual progress, this video is critical for your survival in the coming activation. You will hear words like protect, defend, and act now repeatedly because indecision right now invites interference. The eclipse energy on September 21st amplifies outcomes. What is seeded in the days before will multiply afterwards. The 3-day stretch from the 19th through the eclipse is a pressure test that separates those who advance from those who stall. I'm going to be blunt and urgent because hesitation is the enemy of manifestation. Prepare yourself immediately. Before we dive into the 7 warnings, do me a favor and press subscribe. Hit the notification bell and give this video a thumbs up if you want more high vibration actionable alerts. Sharing this video with one person who is awake could literally change their trajectory. So do it now. Drop a comment with the word protected to declare your intention to guard your aura during this window. If you're watching later, pause and set an intention right this second. Protect your energy, keep physical boundaries, and stay alert. Your engagement helps spread these urgent protections to others who need them. Let's lock in that shield together. Okay, no more delay. The test has started and your body is the first indicator. In the next sections, I will lay out the 7 bodily warnings and give you immediate no-fluff tools to stay intact. Each warning proves the final test is active and will show you how touch and proximity can change your energetic outcomes. Listen for the practical steps: grounding, shielding, breathwork, and boundary language. I'll repeat them often because repetition creates safety. This is not fear-mongering, it's tactical readiness for the chosen ones. Stay alert and act now. Starting on September 19th, you may sense a subtle but relentless shift inside your body, and that sensation is a first clear warning. It can feel like sudden fatigue, low-grade dizziness, or emotional waves that arrive without cause. This is the energetic field recalibrating, and it's evidence that your internal systems are being tested. Treat these sensations as a red flag rather than normal stress. That mindset will keep you proactive instead of reactive. Immediate grounding and a short salt rinse or shower can reset your field and stop further bleed. Remember, awareness converts vulnerability into protection. Your nervous system will be on higher alert, reacting to stimuli more intensely than usual, which proves the window has opened. Small interactions will feel heavier, and your tolerance for noise and crowd energy will drop quickly. This heightened sensitivity is proof positive that the final test is targeting your bodily container first. When you feel overstimulated, remove yourself from the environment and breathe deeply to reclaim your center. Consider this an urgent signal to simplify your schedule, reduce social contact, and prioritize rest. Action equals safety in this phase. Another core sign is sudden clarity, followed by abrupt confusion. An energetic yo-yo that proves influence attempts are already underway. 1 minute you will be crisp, aligned, and certain. The next you'll question decisions and feel fogged. Those rapid swings show the test is probing your mental armor to find weak points. Fight back with short grounding rituals. Feel your feet, breathe to 6 counts, and say aloud, "I reclaim my clarity now." These micro rituals are indispensable tools and must be used repeatedly across the 19th and 20th. Don't wait for the fog to fully take hold. Physically, you may notice an odd pressure behind the eyes or a tension in your jaw that comes from energetic strain, and this is another reliable signal. These symptoms are not random, they are a direct byproduct of an outside energetic pull trying to dislodge your focus. That physical stress is proof the battlefield is not abstract, it is felt concretely in your tissues. Counter this immediately with breath work and short pauses that reset your autonomic nervous system. If possible, spend several minutes barefoot on earth or hold a grounding stone to anchor your field. Consistent micro actions beat passive endurance every time. A further urgent sign is temperature shifts in your body, sudden coldness or waves of heat that aren't explainable by environment. These thermal swings show energetic interference and are a biological alarm bell. Treat them as urgent cues to step into protective practice, visual shield, saltwater rinse, or a quick energetic sweep with your dominant hand. The speed of response matters. The longer you allow the fluctuation, the more influence can accumulate. This is evidence the final test wants to destabilize your physiological baseline. Reclaim control through immediate ritual. Finally, the hidden energy shift manifests as a sense of being held back or slowed in movement and decision making, which is clear proof the test has already begun. You will feel friction where previously there was ease, and opportunities may stall at the last minute. This is not coincidence. Your progress is being monitored and challenged in real time. Break that hold by asserting boundaries audibly and physically. Step back, say no, and ground. These actions are urgent and necessary to keep your destiny on course. The test is ongoing. Respond now. The aura drain trap is one of the most dangerous warnings because it attacks your life force directly and works stealthily. A handshake, brief hug, or leaning on you can siphon energy without obvious intent. During September 19th to 20th, the energetic membrane around you thins, creating openings for drains to take place. Because this happens subtly, many people don't notice until they feel wiped out and disoriented days later. That delayed reaction is the trap's tactical advantage, and urgency is required to stop it. Immediate boundary measures will interrupt the flow. You will often notice a sudden drop in motivation or a heavy leaden feeling in your limbs after brief physical contact, and this is proof of a drain. It is essential to attribute that drop to energetic interference rather than personal failure. Labeling it correctly keeps you from internalizing blame and conserves your power for remedial action. After any contact, perform a quick clearing. Shake your hands, cup your heart, and breathe a deliberate exhale. Do these steps with intention because intention acts like a seal. Habitual clearing prevents cumulative depletion. If you've woken up more tired than you went to bed and cannot connect it to sleep quality, consider that an aura drain has occurred during the previous day. The pattern is usually subtle but cumulative. Drains add up across hours and interactions. The most urgent defense is to limit non-essential touch and to say a firm and kind boundary statement when needed. Use lines like, "I'm keeping my energy field protected today," or "I'm resting, I can't hug right now." These words are protective and necessary for preserving clarity. Speak them without apology. Another dangerous tactic of the drain trap is emotional mirroring that leaves you absorbing someone else's mood as if it were your own. This mirroring is a soft form of energy theft and it intensifies around eclipse windows. To stop it, practice strong discernment. Notice where your emotions originate and ask, "Is this mine?" If it isn't, return it mentally and breathe. This simple habit is urgent and effective because it intercepts the drain before it becomes internalized. Use it every time you feel emotional contagion. Your sleeping environment is also vulnerable. Shared beds or close sleeping quarters can allow long passive drainage during rest. If possible, create a buffer zone for the nights of the 19th and 20th. Even a small space cleared at your bedside helps enormously. Salt basins near bedposts, or a brief protective visualization before sleeping will amplify your resistance. Think of these practices as emergency insulation, small, inexpensive, and urgent for protecting your core. Take these steps tonight, don't postpone. Finally, recognize that certain people will naturally act as conduits that draw energy from you. This is not personal but energetic. Identify those individuals and keep interactions brief during this window, especially if physical contact is involved. For the days of September 19th to 20th, Switch to tone and distance-based connection wherever possible. Your mission is preservation. Preserve clarity, preserve destiny, preserve momentum. The aura drain trap is neutralized by decisive, repeated boundary actions. Act now and be relentless. The spiritual blindness trigger shows up as sudden confusion about spiritual direction or what intuitions truly mean, and it is a direct test on your inner sight. You will get messages, impressions, or nudges that seem strong, yet when you act on them, they lead to friction or delay. This pattern proves there are external forces trying to override your inner GPS right now. The urgent antidote is to pause and verify every impression with grounding and a trusted inner ritual. Ask for a clear sign, wait for bodily confirmation, and do not act impulsively. Confirmation prevents costly missteps. Be wary of charismatic voices or pressure to conform. The blindness trigger uses social influence to lead you away from your path. Urgent discernment is necessary when someone insists you must take a certain action during this window. Their certainty could be a projection or an attempt to offload energy onto you. Slow down, anchor, and consult your higher guidance before moving. This pause is protective, not fearful, and it will keep your destiny intact. Practice this pause repeatedly over the 19th and 20th. You may also experience delayed recall, like forgetting key details or losing words, which is a sign your mental clarity is being targeted. These small slips are evidence that the test is probing cognitive filters for weak spots. Combat this immediately with short grounding exercises and hydration. Both simple measures restore mental bandwidth quickly. Use a ritual of writing down your most important intentions first thing each morning. This anchors your focus. The combination of journaling and breathwork is urgently effective. Use them daily through the window. A strong symptom of the blindness trigger is spiritual arrogance or despair swinging unexpectedly. Both are manipulative endpoints aimed at destabilizing you. When you feel either extreme, hold steady and practice centering language. I remain anchored, I remain humble, I remain steady. These statements are urgent stabilizers. They work by returning your nervous system to equilibrium. Share this approach with other chosen ones as a group defense. Collective reminders create stronger shields than solitary efforts. Mobilize your circle immediately. Ignore the impulse to seek validation from external gurus or social feeds during these days because the blindness trigger exploits external validation to cloud inner knowing. If you find yourself compulsively checking for confirmation, that is the test in action and you must stop. Replace scrolling with a protective ritual, a grounding walk, a short centering prayer, or turning off screens for a fixed period. These are urgent actions to preserve your inner sight. The fewer external echoes you invite, the clearer your own voice will be. Finally, treat dreams and visions carefully, write them down, but don't reshuffle your next step solely on one emotional image. The spiritual blindness trigger can make a dream feel definitive when it is only a clue. Urgently verify dreams through multiple grounded confirmations before pivoting major life decisions. Use timing, repeating signs, and bodily confirmations to test authenticity. These verification steps are your lifeline during a window designed to confuse. Protect your inner sight relentlessly. The physical exhaustion test will be visible as sudden depletion that is disproportionate to your activity. This disparity is proof the test is active. You may find yourself unable to complete basic tasks and feel heavy in ways you rarely experienced. This exhaustion is not always physical muscle fatigue. Often it's your energetic reservoir being tapped. Urgent interventions are rest, immediate recalibration of obligations, and the removal of non-essential contact. Prioritize sleep, solitude, and minimal conversation for the 19th and 20th. Your body is the front line, treat it like a sacred command center. Another common sign is an afternoon crash that doesn't respond to caffeine or short naps, and this shows energetic leakage rather than simple tiredness. Pushing through this crash usually exacerbates the problem and deepens the test's hold. Instead, perform a 10-minute grounding routine and protect your time with a hard boundary. No meetings, no physical closeness, no energy exchanges. Use that pause to reset your field and rebuild reserves. This urgent rest is not indulgence, it is strategy. Protect your vitality with intention. You may also experience digestive issues or appetite changes that appear suddenly and are unexplained. and these physiological flags are urgent proof of interference. Digestive rhythms are sensitive to energy field changes and will often mirror what is happening in the subtle body. Respond immediately with gentle foods, salt water, and a grounding tea if available. Avoid heavy stimulants, social drinking, and intense sensory overload through the window. These measures will quickly return your system to baseline. Small interventions have an outsized protective effect. Muscle tension and headaches are frequent companions of this test, and they often escalate near moments of contact or emotional charge. These symptoms record the pressure your nervous system is under as the final test probes for surrender. The urgent countermeasures are progressive muscle relaxation, neck rolls, and releasing jaw tension through humming or sound. Sound clears stuck energy and resets the cranial field in minutes. Use it repeatedly. Think of these techniques as emergency first aid for your subtle system. Use them now and often. If you travel during these days, be extra vigilant. Airports, transit, and busy public spaces amplify the exhaustion test's impact. Keep physical interactions to a minimum and create a portable shield ritual, a brief visualization and a protective phrase repeated silently. Carry a small sachet of salt or a grounding crystal to hold when you feel overwhelmed. These are urgent, portable tools that preserve your energy on the move. Don't travel without them if travel cannot be avoided. Finally, if exhaustion persists despite your best immediate practices, scale back even more and contact a trusted spiritual support person to help you cleanse. Persistence of symptoms is a signal you are in a deeper clearing and need extra reinforcement. Ask for a remote clearing, a lengthened period of solitude, or stronger shielding until after the eclipse. This is an urgent escalation step, not a failure. Call on your allies and use community resources. You do not need to suffer alone. Reach out now. There is a prophecy embedded in this eclipse window that certain touches trigger destiny-altering shifts for the chosen ones, and this is why touch matters now. The wrong kind of contact can misdirect energy that was meant for your soul's mission. That is an urgent reason to be fiercely selective about physical proximity and intimacy during September 19th to 20th. The prophecy is literal in energetic terms. Touch seeds outcomes that compound through the eclipse on the 21st. Protect who you allow into your field with clear spoken boundaries. That protection safeguards your destiny line. You may find that people you've known for years suddenly feel different in physical presence, as if their touch carries weight it didn't before. This change is a sign the prophecy's window is open and active for everyone around you as well. Do not interpret their change as personal or malicious. It's simply energetic dynamics shifting in response to the eclipse. Your responsibility is to remain sovereign and inspector of your own field. If a beloved person's touch leaves you flat, take space and cleanse immediately. This is how you maintain trajectory. Intimacy during these days should be intentional and sacramental rather than casual, because energy exchange in close relationships is potent and can alter spiritual contracts. If you are in a romantic partnership, communicate clearly that you need temporary physical boundaries for your energetic health. This honesty will protect the relationship long term and prevent accidental draining or misalignment. If someone resists your boundaries, treat resistance as an energetic mismatch requiring distance. Prioritize your long term alignment over short term comfort. Act now to avoid unintended consequences. Public touch, handshakes, greetings, or touching during conversations can create small but cumulative drains that intensify by the eclipse. Make this an urgent public policy for yourself. Prefer nods, waves, or verbal greetings in place of contact. You can be polite and firm simultaneously. Say, I'm keeping my energy field protected today, and watch how people respect the boundary. This simple shift reduces cumulative leakage across hours and interactions. Use it consistently across the 2 days. You will preserve tremendous clarity by doing so. There is also a prophetic caution about blessings or rituals performed by others. Even well-meaning practitioners can accidentally displace your destiny line through touch. When receiving any ritual or hands-on modality, ask for consent, ask for explanation, and ensure alignment before allowing contact. If a practitioner insists on touch and you feel unsettled, refuse respectfully and seek another method. This is urgent because rituals done without mutual consent can have outsized spiritual consequences during eclipse windows. Choose sovereignty over obligation. Finally, the prophecy of touch includes a remedy. Deliberate, sacred touch that is consented, clear, and blessed can amplify your activation. If you choose to allow touch, shape it with intention, prayer, and clear energetic agreement. Make it a ceremony with words of protection, a shared intention, and a short closure afterward. When touch is used reverently, it becomes a tool of empowerment rather than a drain. Act with discernment and sacredness. The prophecy rewards those who manage touch with respect and strategy. Preparation for the solar eclipse activation on September 21st begins in earnest on the 19th and 20th, and your actions now have multiplied effects later. Think of these 2 days as the pre-launch sequence for a rocket. Small errors now cause big course changes after liftoff. Urgent, repeated protection practices create a stable platform for the eclipse to catalyze your destiny. I will list the essential actions: grounding, salt cleansing, protective visualization, boundary language, minimal touch, and infrequent screen time. Commit to these practices with consistent repetition during the window. Consistency is your most powerful ally. A practical ritual to do now: morning grounding, midday breath reset, an evening salt bath or shower, and a protective visualization before sleep. Each step is small, but taken together they form an impenetrable chain of defenses. The visualization can be brief. See a gold-white shield wrapping your body and say aloud, "Only love and truth may enter my field." Repeat this 3 times and mean it. Intention is the multiplier. Perform this ritual at the start and end of each day between the 19th and 21st. Urgency in repetition cements the effect. Protective language is a spiritual technology that must be used actively. Speak your boundaries, declare your protection, and say no when necessary. When in social settings, practice a short script to use immediately, such as, "I'm keeping my energy field protected today, thank you for understanding." This is both polite and effective, and reduces awkwardness while maintaining sovereignty. Use this language before any interaction that involves touch or close proximity. Verbal boundary setting is urgent, and it prevents accidental drains. Make it a non-negotiable practice. Create a sacred sleep container for the nights leading to and including the eclipse. Place sea salt near the bed, keep windows slightly open if safe, and run a brief closing ritual before sleep. Sleep is a time of deep recalibration and vulnerability, so take these urgent precautions to shield your field. If you are awakened by vivid dreams, write them down, but delay major decisions until after the eclipse. Sacred sleep practices protect your subconscious and speed integration. Treat your nights like a sanctuary. They are central to remaining whole. Community protection amplifies individual resilience, so gather with trusted allies for a short, focused group protection practice if possible. Even a 5-minute group prayer, intention, or visualization collectively strengthens everyone's field in ways solitary practices do not. Choose allies who respect boundaries and who will honor the quiet needed during these days. If physical gathering isn't possible, create a remote clearing exchange. Send a brief, clear message and a recorded prayer to be played simultaneously. This collective urgency scales protection exponentially. Mobilize your circle now. Finally, document everything. Record sensations, dreams, encounters, and moments of contact from the 19th through the 21st, so you can analyze patterns post-eclipse. This documentation proves what you feel and helps you refine protection for future windows. It also provides confirmation that the final test was active and that your practices worked or need adjustment. Keep the record short and factual: date, time, sensation, and action taken. This is an urgent intelligence gathering step for any serious chosen one. Do it now and maintain momentum. The evidence is clear. The final test has begun and will intensify through the new Moon Solar Eclipse on September 21st. The bodily warnings we covered, hidden shifts, aura drains, spiritual blindness, physical exhaustion, the prophecy of touch, and eclipse preparation, are not theoretical. They are practical signs and immediate proof that choices made now shape destiny. Protecting your aura is not optional. It is mission critical for anyone who calls themselves chosen. Act with urgency, use the rituals and boundaries described, and do not delay. Your life's trajectory depends on these next moves. If you found this video powerful, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and give it a thumbs up to ensure these urgent protections reach other chosen ones. Share this video with 3 people who are awake and in need of protection during this window. Drop the comment "protected" to claim your shield and let me know which bodily warning you resonated with most. Engagement right now spreads defense across the network of awakened people and amplifies protection. Your action matters more than you realize. Do it now. After the eclipse, review your notes and notice what changed. This will show you how the activation responded to your protections. Keep your records and compare symptoms and breakthroughs across the days to refine your future protocols. If you experience persistent or severe symptoms, seek additional support from trusted spiritual practitioners who honor your sovereignty. Use the tools I outlined repeatedly as a new normal for high-intensity windows. The more you prepare, the more you will accelerate. This is how the chosen ones move forward. Remember, this is not about fear, it's about strategic empowerment and urgent action. The universe gives you signals to help you navigate, and the urgency in this message is designed to provoke immediate protective response. You were not chosen to be passive, you were chosen to act, to hold space, and to advance. Do not let this window pass unguarded. Rise, shield, and walk into the eclipse with your sovereignty intact. If you want the full downloadable checklist of rituals, boundary scripts, and a short guided protective visualization, click the link in the description or comment below and type "I need the checklist" and I'll send it to you right away. Hit subscribe, like, and share this video to send protection out into the field. Stand strong, chosen one. The test is real, but your capacity to overcome it is greater. Walk forward with clarity. Protect your aura fiercely and claim your destiny now.